So I wanted to share an issue I've been having with the DJI Mic 2 camera adapter. So far, this is only made for Sony cameras. I haven't personally looked at the compatibility list, but I have the A7S III recording right now and the A7C2 here and the FX3 here. I imagine that these cameras are on the list since they're the latest ones out, I suppose. But the issue I'm having is it's not connecting right away. All of the influencers and people on YouTube I've seen that show this haven't mentioned the setup process, or if they have, maybe it is something wrong with my unit because something is up here. So if I go and cut the camera on, hopefully everything is in focus. So if I go to menu, you can see here the ME shoe auto set is grayed out because there's nothing in the hot shoe. Just for reference, I have the M1 right here. Just want to plug it in just to show that it is in fact working. So there you can see the MU or MI, whatever. I'm just going to call it Mishu. The Mishu is on and I can change it from 4 channel, 2 channel, 24-bit, all that jazz. So it's working. So let me take this off. So the issue I'm having is, let's say this guy here. Here it is. This is the camera adapter from DJI for the DJI Mic 2. This is on and this is on. They're both paired at the moment. It's getting audio. You can see the signal there. Everything looks good. Okay. So then what I'll do is I take this guy, plug it in here. Immediately what I notice is that the audio is still coming through to the camera. So I'm not sure. Typically, let's say when you plug in something here, on these mics anyway, it takes over the audio right away. So I'm guessing because there's no power going in it yet, that you're still getting the audio from here, which is, in my opinion, good news because let's say you cut this puppy off. Okay, so now this is off. And let's say you plug it into the top here. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over for now. So let's say you're plugged in right here. It's not powered on, but as you can see, you still have audio there. That's amazing because before, let's say you had this guy on through the cable and you didn't have it powered on, there was no audio going into your camera. So if you were filming something really quick and you didn't have the receiver on, you were just basically filming with no audio. So this so far seems cool. If you, let's say you don't need this yet, you can still go through the camera's internal audio. Okay, now everything's in place. It's plugged in correctly. The transmitter is already on, so we'll just leave that right there. And we're gonna cut this guy on. And I think I've seen a video where I saw them do this, and it does give me the confirm sign, and then we're good to go. Now here's what's happening, is that I'm not getting any audio to the camera. I hope I'm doing something wrong, and if I am, if somebody can correct it in the comments, that way if anybody else experiences this, they can see what the fix is. But here's the transmitter. Tapping it, I'm getting audio through the receiver, but nothing is coming in through the camera. Now, some other things I've noticed so far, that if I try to control the audio, it won't let me because it says that it's being controlled through the Mishu now. If I go back to the settings and go to the Mishu setting here, it's recognizing it because it's giving me the option of 24-bit 2-channel or 16-bit 2-channel. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Now, I have found a fix for this, but it is really inconvenient and this sucks. I'd rather just go back to the cable. So what's happening here is that I can't remember the combination I did it with. If I take it off and still, see now the audio is going back into the camera, right? If I plug it back in, that's not it. I think it was this. I think if I power it on now, power it off rather. Okay, it's coming off. It's just telling me that this is still powered on. And turn it back on. Still nothing. Here's one thing I am noticing though. I'm not sure if this is normal. The receiver is being powered through this guy here. Oh, you know what? I think I might have just made a self-realization. Let's go to settings. Let's go to external USB. Nope, power supply is off. Either way, that'd be through the USB-C slot. That wouldn't be through the Mishu. Huh. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is disconnect the Mic 2 and then reconnect again. Okay, now it's working. And the reason I know that is because I see these emblems. It says like a tablet, computer. So what's happening is that it's going through Bluetooth. it's not using the Mishu. At least I think. I don't know. This could be complete bro science, but now it is working. So if I tap, you can see the audio levels on the camera. But look at what I just went through to get this to work. I turned it on, unplugged it, plugged it back in. Bro, no one's doing that. If you're a professional and you're doing this at a live event, I mean, if you're doing YouTube, yeah, if you're doing like a video like this, there's no pressure, you know, do your thing. But if you're in a professional environment, you're not doing all this. I might as well just use the cable. So I am hoping that I'm overlooking something and I'm doing something wrong. So here, for good measure, let's say that just play the devil's advocate. The A7C2 isn't on the list, right? Okay, let's take this off. Let's bring in the FX3. Okay, same test. I'm gonna just check the settings. Oh, I forget it's on the other side. I'm really hoping this is in focus, by the way. Okay, so let's check the other side. And let's go to the Mishu. Where'd I have it at? Right here. It's grayed out because there's nothing on there. Great. Okay, so I'm going to just repeat this step by step again to make sure that I'm not doing something wrong. So we're going to go back to the settings here. We're going to plug this back in. And same effect as the previous one. The audio still works, although there's something plugged in there. And that's because there's no power going into it yet, so it doesn't recognize that a Mishu is being utilized. So here we go. We're going to plug this guy in. We're going to cut it on. Okay. We're going to confirm. And the same thing happened again. There's no audio being routed to the camera. So at this point, I'm thinking that there's something wrong with the receiver. I mean, there's something wrong with the adapter because I replicated the same problem on both cameras. And I mean, this isn't like rocket science. It's not like there's buttons or anything to press beforehand. You just plug it in. It's just a plug and play. The transmitter is connected to the receiver. You can see the audio levels there. Now, if I repeat the same step, maybe I just disconnect and then reconnect again. Maybe that's this. I can just do that. Yep. So what I'm noticing is that symbol right there, I'm not entirely sure what that is. I need to look that up. But I want to say that's like Bluetooth, isn't it? It's like if you use the Bluetooth adapter and you're routing it to like a phone, tablet, or a computer. So now the audio levels are there. So I'm thinking maybe, actually, let's do this. I haven't tried this yet. Let's try this. Let's say the receiver's already on, right? I've been turning it on while it's in there. So right now we see the levels on the camera itself. Let's cut this guy on. Okay, it's on now. It's already connected to the transmitter. Let's connect it through here. Yep. Okay. So I may have solved that problem. We're gonna go ahead and do it again on the A7C2. Now, even though I probably just figured this out, I'm still gonna post this in case somebody runs into the same thing I'm going through. You don't return it. You just know, hey, you need to already have it on. So if you power it on while it's in there, it looks like it's not gonna work. So I think that might have been the case. So let's unplug it here. Okay, we're gonna switch off the adapter. We're gonna power this camera off. Come back to the A7C2. Turn this on. Okay, and as you can see, we're getting audio from the camera itself. We're gonna plug in the adapter. Which, by the way, how awesome is it that you can plug this in and still have this running? Like, you can just leave it on there if you'd like. Except if you're gonna end up switching to a shotgun, like I suppose. All right, so let's plug in this in. All right, this is already on, and it's already plugged into here. Confirm. Nope. And this is this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's not connected. Yeah, that audio that I'm getting right now, that's just from the camera itself. And another reason I know that is because I could change the audio. There you go. I wouldn't be able to change the audio if it detected it in the Mishu. So I don't know what's going on, man. Unplug it again. Plug it back in. Still nothing. And I know that because I can still change this. All right, so let's try powering this off. Powering it back on. This is just this is not something I would want to use out in the field. I mean, not that I don't rely on the receiver a lot. Excuse me. This is not something I'd want to use out in the field. I don't rely on the receiver a lot when I'm doing pro work anyway. Most these guys now do internal 32-bit, so I oftentimes just use these by itself with their lapel. You know, just treat it as like a task cam, for example. Just put this on the talent. Audio sounds great out of these. It's mono, same as the Tascam, so I just duplicate the track in post, do some EQ, voice isolation, and it sounds amazing. And I thought of it as like, why get a Tascam when it's only good for that? Whereas this can work as a Tascam, has the functionality of being wireless. You know, it's just a lot more functionality out of this. So I hardly use this in the field, but I was hoping I would be able to now just to have a scratch audio recorded into the camera, which I still can. I mean, honestly, when this came out, they sold it on the idea of no cables. That's cool. This kind of still looks a little clunky because it's a little, you know, the height of it. I wish it had been a little bit slimmer. But at this point, it just seems better to use the cable only because the cable still initiates the auto on and off. This doesn't initiate auto on and off. So you have to remember to turn it on and turn it off. But like I'm telling you, there has to be probably something. There it goes. Now it's connected. And I'm going off it because of that emblem. So now, yeah. Yeah, it's getting the audio now. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. If somebody could help me out, leave a comment, let me know like how they got theirs to work instantly instead of doing all this unplug, replug, turn off, turn on. Cuz otherwise I'm not keeping this, man. This is not what I bought it for. I bought it just to have it, you know, more ease of use, no cables, but if it's going to cause more trouble like this, then it's not worth it. Hopefully this helped you out, and if it did, do the YouTube thing. All right. See ya.